What is up, guys? Keith Jameson, aka Gator Guy 231 across the DFS industry, here for a Saturday night preview of tomorrow's two-game Bundesliga slate. I'm hoping for myself that tomorrow goes much better than today did. Just made a lot of mistakes. Kind of the core guys that I built around was fine. Just where I made my mistakes was really with Dortmund, pretty much not having any in main. And the big thing was just not giving Guerrero enough credit. He's burned me a bit in the past. When Sancho was out, he was going to be jumping on more sets, or that set share, I should say, would be a little more clear. The thing was, he's had games where he doesn't cross, so I kind of decided other options might be better and got destroyed. So you live and you learn. Looking forward to making this two-game slate a good bounce back for myself. And if you struggled, I hope that this is the start of a new season for you too. So let's jump to the odds. So Bayern is the overwhelming favorite on the slate at minus 555. They are the late game, so we technically don't know their lineup, but we kind of do. The only guy that isn't certain is that left wing. I think it's going to be Koeman, could be Perisic, but Coutinho's out, so we do know it's not going to be him, which one makes Kimmich just a really easy play because he's going to jump on all the sets, and DK actually kind of underpriced him compared to where they put other Bayern options. And that's going to really just be deciding, how much Bayern you can fit in. I'm going to be going over like the three top guys in the slate, and I think you only can get two, so that's the big issue. So the other game, and the first one is FC Köln hosting Mainz. FC Köln is a minus 116 favorite and been playing pretty electric stuff since Uth came over, and he's going to be one of the guys that I highlight here when we get over to our player pool. So this cheat sheet's completely free on the site. Every single Bundesliga slate, this will be up there, and will always be free. So make sure you check that out. So let's jump over to DK. All right. So we're going to start at the forward position. So Lewandowski, leading scorer in Germany. Really hard to not play him. I'm going to come back to this in a second, but he would be your top overall goal scoring option. I don't have the goal odds by me. I don't prescribe the goal odds, but I would have to imagine he's like minus 300 to score. Be a bigger shock if he doesn't score versus if he does. So I do think that is kind of option one. Now, I would argue, I'm going to skip over Muller, I'm going to come back, but that Mark Uth is the best cash option. So if you pull up Mark Uth's log, you will be kind of shaky if you go back before January. A lot of zeros and twos. He was playing for Schalke, went on loan in January, and since he has gone to FC Köln, he has 26.4, 18.8, 26.9, 18.5, 22.6, 30.5, 27.6. He actually is averaging more points per game than Lewandowski since he's gone to FC Köln. He also has a share of sets and just a super active shooter. So I personally think I would prefer to start my building with him. I understand those that think I'm going to be nuts. Hope I'm not, but I do think he's the best cash forward on the slate. Thomas Muller, for me, it just becomes to, if I'm going to pay 12.2 for Thomas Muller, you find the 400 to get Lewandowski. I just think there's so much more upside there with Lewandowski. Muller, to me, is just overpriced. So go ahead and just add in that he's going to score 40 the way today went, but I don't think that you could play him. Now, I'm going to kind of skip ahead to midfield. The reason that this is really hard is if you play Lewandowski and Uth, and you want Kimmich, who I think is a lock, you can't play Gnabry, who is, let's see, 2,200 cheaper than Lewandowski for, in my opinion, similar upside. So my style would be to go down and get somebody like him, but I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Playing with builds before I did this, and I think that is the hardest part of the slate. So other forward options. So Kingsley Coman, if you want to kind of, maybe leave like some flexibility, he's a fine forward option. 7,600, I think, is efficiently priced, is a sub risk, especially with Perisic fit. I think he's more likely to come off earlier than Gnabry is, but he does fill a forward spot. I think I like Cordova a little bit more. Again, since Uth came, Cohn's offense has just been through the roof. He plays he plays in combination with Uth, but he is, the striker. So 8,200. If we look at his game log in the last 10, we have struggled versus Gladenblock, who's a good team away, but goal over Schalke, 2 goals and assists, 4 shots. We have a lot of big games. Again, it's a striker, so there's not a ton of floor here. But you get to the upside. And again, if you kind of are deciding that you're going to fade Lewandowski and play Gnabry, what you're trying to do is nab a goal. I don't think you're trying to go at it and get, 6 floor points. So Quaison, I think, is fine. That was another guy that kind of popped out to me at 6,800. Again, just fine. Need a goal. Alphonso Davies is just a psychotic price at MF. He's playing left back. 7,400 is way too much to pay. Kind of sucks that he's like MF and like Kimmich is defender. I'll show you, if you kind of play around with it, there's a build that you could get all 3 studs if Kimmich was a midfielder. So it just sucks that he's defender when he hasn't played there in months. I think that kind of wraps it up at forward. I'm sure there's some other options that you can play around with. Just not anybody that, jumps out to me for a short pod. Midfield, again, Gnabry, I mentioned, just been absolutely a stud all season. You do get a discount from him to Lewandowski. So as of now, I think my preferred route might be Uth and Gnabry. But by the time that lock comes around, that could change. But I think, this might be, if anything, this might be more of a GPP slate where you just play around with the combinations. So Canes, if for some reason that Uth wasn't in, Canes would just be a stone lock. Awesome talent. Would take all the sets. He's right now going to be splitting with Uth. Plays out wide. 8,500 be a really good price for him. Scrolling down, Goretzka I don't think would be starting. Does play deeper if he does. So 7,200 is tough. Or he could come in for more. I just don't see it. Scrolling down, Thiago 4,400 really stuck out to me as a really cheap option and way to get to Bayern exposure. So I do think that he would be solid. Also, I'm going to butcher his name, but Rex Bajuk, I can't say his name, but young player that has kind of taken a back seat with Uthin, but really has shown upside when he does get a chance to start. So it'd be interesting to see if they played all 3 of those guys. Kind of do a stack there. Formationally, if anybody else pops up, great. But I think I covered the top options. At defender, I can just tell you right now, Kimmich will be, should be close to 100% owned in cash. With no Coutinho, would be 100% of Bayern set. 5,600 is a steal for him. Brzezinski, so his logs are awesome, but I do not think he's going to start. There is a value guy down here. Mawini has started the last 2 over him and also has been taking some corners. So if Mawini is in, and we'll know that in the first one, 2,800, especially if he's like a wing back, which I saw him in one of those games. I mean, that's easy. Other defender options, Pavard 4,900 is fine. Doesn't really bomb forward for Bayern, but it's still fine. Tremmel takes all the sets, but it is reverse Bayern. So just understand that going in, I still think he could put up 7 to 10. Just a tough matchup. Bayern is far and away superior to them, and it's going to dominate possession. And with these lower squads, you don't even have home field advantage really now with the crowd, so it just makes it that much harder. A couple other guys here are fullbacks, and you can roll with. Just look at the formations. Again, Pavard and Davies are the fullbacks for Bayern, and the only Tremmel for FCU, but the other guys, just watch when it comes out and see what's going on. Goalkeeper, my only hot take I'll say, and I'm still pissed that after liking the goalie versus Leipzig, I can't think of his name, all day, I switched to the Schalke keeper and got destroyed because of that. But I do think it is 100% acceptable to, even with a Bayern stack, to play the goalie against Bayern. He is going to get a ton of action. Now, obviously, if he saves it, it's a whole other thing. But, I mean, he could easily see 12, 15 shots against him, which, just keep this in mind. You save 8 and you concede 3. That's still double digits, 10 points. And then, for some God knows reason, it's like O-Block in the Champions League where not only, do you get, 9, 10 saves, but you pull off a win, your score goes through the roof. So I think that's where you have to go at goalie. I think if you're not going to do that, the other option obviously is just go all the way up for Neuer and just hope for a clean sheet. Just the worry there is that he doesn't get enough saves. So anyhow, hope this helps. Hope you all enjoy this. Please do us a favor, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get all of the videos. Our site, we're making a huge effort to post video previews for all the sports. It's gonna be something we're really pushing going forward. So I hope you guys are enjoying. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and good luck tomorrow. Take care.